I'm back. All right. Let's get this second break of this first cipher underway. Okay, so hopefully you are all being productive. Wish you much productivity. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I'm actually working on some post radio show promo stuff. So like posting things to Twitter and Instagram for people to check out like the recordings and who we played and stuff. So and I have a little bit more to do because my co-host, he couldn't get off of work. And so the stuff he does during the show, I do now on Sunday after the show. So it just a little bit more, but it kind of sucks. So I'm going to redo the website for the radio show, and to make it easier on everybody, I'm going to make it so that it's a lot easier to do it during then. So even if he's not there, I would still be able to do what he's doing, and so I don't have to do it later. Because I much prefer to do everything during the live show. You know what I mean? So neither here nor there. Some randomness. All right. So hopefully you are making some progress on whatever it is that you're working on. All right. So Seth was going to talk about progressive web apps. And if you're not familiar with progressive web apps, like the whole purpose is to make like web applications feel more like native applications and giving it certain capabilities that were not available to the web, as a whole. So certain things. So we'll take a look at that. But if you even, I want to make sure of something, because untilit.works, the site that you're on, is a progressive web app. And hold on, I'm going to share my screen at some point, but I just want to make sure of something. Okay, that looks like it's big enough. Application. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yes. All right. I think that should be good. Yeah, word. Okay, so let me share my screen, but all right. So now how you can tell like if a website is a progressive web app is if you look in the inspector. Let me share my screen first. Am I going to need any audio? Don't believe so. All right. Cool. Here we go. All right. So you should be seeing the untilit.works site, right? So you pull up the inspector tool. You can just like, what is it, like Control Shift I or whatever it is on Macs. But you can just right click and then say inspect, and it will pull up this thing here to the side. Cool. Now, if you go to applications, because progressive web apps application, go to this. And if your site that you're on is like a progressive web app, at least in the beginning or what have you, you should see like a manifest file, and service workers should pull up something like it should say an actual source service worker. And so service worker is kind of like the brains behind the scenes, and it handles a lot of different things, which is kind of cool. So like we'll talk about it more, but like with progressive web apps, you could do so many cool things like cache certain files or whatever, so that it can pull from that cache, and so that it loads faster. Because that's one of the big things, is that you want it to load as fast as possible, which is a good thing to have on a website in general. So this just helps with that. It helps with like same thing, similar to the cache, like offline status. So if your user of your application doesn't have Wi-Fi or connection to the internet, certain functions can still work of your application. Certain things, like for example, like we couldn't do this video live broadcast if you didn't have internet. You know what I mean? So certain things you can't work around, but other things you'd be able to check out. Like for example, for this front page, you'd still see the front page even if it was offline, because it's all there. All right. But yeah, so the manifest kind of tells the site, tells the browser, because another thing with PWAs to make it feel more app-like is that you can actually, like on a mobile device, you can actually install it like an application, like an app from an app store. And so it'll actually show up on your home screen and all the whole 9 yards. And so the manifest helps with how it should look when it's like installed. And so, like, here's like the short name of it. I don't have a description. I probably should have a description. Neither here nor there. Like where it should start. So, like, it would start at the actual home page. If you wanted to start on, like, when they click your icon on their home screen or whatever, what page should load? So that's what that says. The theme color, so like any theming and things of that nature. The background color, the orientation, because you can have it if you want to do like horizontal, but I think mine matches whatever your phone or your device is doing. And then the display, show the full screen because you can make it seem like it's still in a browser with all the stuff at the browser, like the file, the creating a new tab, all this stuff. You can make it show that, but I want it to look like an actual app. So none of that stuff around it. Cool. And then also the icon. So the little icon that will show up on the person's homepage. And so you can kind of do that, and I have it for different sizes. Cool. All right. And then you have like the service worker. And this basically so I have it setting up for like push notifications. So that's how you all get the push notifications when we're live. So if you subscribe, because if you go to the notify.untilit.works, you'll see all the different let me just go to it. Let me here, open this. By the way, it looks like the video stuff, the archiving is working, so that's awesome. Cool. So notify. I think I called it notify. We'll see. Yeah, notify. You can see here we have all the different upcoming things, so you can actually subscribe. And what happens is when the site is live on that day and that time period, you can get a notification, and that's what this whole push thing is. So I wonder if I think I can test it. So let me see if I can test it. So let's try that. Let's see what pops up. Anything? All right, guess not. But then you can also sync stuff, periodic sync. So if you want to kind of like keep it fresh in the background, like the information, you can do that. Cool. Yeah, and a bunch of stuff I don't even know about. Cool. So just to show, if you wanted to check out if a website that you're on is also a progressive web app, and also if you're on a mobile device, it may ask you to install it as well. So like if you go to untilit.works on your mobile device, I think depending on your usage, like if you go to it a few times, a little thing at the bottom will pop up and say, "Hey, do you want to add this to your home screen?" And it'll have that little icon there, little that icon. All right, so that is all that. Great. Cool. Now, so there's this website. By the way, I'm going to put all the links that I mentioned. I'm going to add them to the video, to the archive, so you'll be able to check it out. So cool. All right. Progressive web apps. Yeah. So, like on web.dev, they say it's websites that took all the right vitamins. And this is a pretty good overview. I dig it. So I was looking around trying to find a thing that will different resources that will give you a good idea of what progressive web apps are about. And so like they said here in this collection, you will learn what makes a progressive web app special, how they can affect your business, and how to build them. Cool. So things like that. And so, like I said, make it installable. That's an important thing. Create an app-like user experience, again, because the purpose is to make the web and native applications be as close as possible. And so there's that, and they have some advanced topics and some case studies. And so they kind of step you through going like we said, here's that web app manifest that tells the browser how to handle your web application when it's installed. You can create an offline fallback page, like we said, because offline is one of the features. And then for promoting PWA installation, like the little thing that pops up saying, "Hey, do you want to install this?" You don't want to be too annoying with that. You know what I mean? And then so then they have more things like how to make your PWA feel like more like an app. What's cool, like the little badging icons. So if your app like sends like little notifications if something happens or whatever, that little icon that a person can install, you have like a little badge, like how like on your email or whatever, it has like the number, or that's like a notification has like a little number attached to the icon. You can do the same thing. Pretty cool. And then also like the web share. If you ever wanted, how sometimes you can like share like a photo or a link to a certain application, you can have your icon, your application in that same tool tray thing that pops up. That's pretty cool. What else? and then you can check and see if it's installed, and then a whole bunch of other stuff here. So it's a pretty good spot to kind of get your feet wet on progressive web apps. So there's that one. And then I also came across this other site like last year, I think around Christmas time, and it's the PWA Advent, but the A's are combined. I don't know, but it's PWADVENT.dev, and I'm just gonna put that as a link so y'all can check it out as well. So you'll be able to. Oh, what just happened there? That was weird. It didn't copy the whole thing. Give me a second. Where's my mouse? Here we go. There we go. All right, so let me add that. Now this one is pretty cool because each day it gives you like a new aspect or like something that PWA can accomplish, which is pretty cool. So let me add this, save this. And so it's the perfect advent calendar for everyone who's excited about the web platform. Take a look at all the great stuff the web has to offer. And so let's just take a look at the list. Here we go. And so, yeah, like I said, the add to home screen, like the installing of your web application, the shortcuts. Service Worker is pretty powerful. Like I said, it's kind of like the brains behind the scenes. So you can do a lot of stuff. The push notification stuff, the shape detection, which is pretty cool because this one is like for like barcode readers. Like if you want to do like a barcode thing, there's like face detector. So yeah, like I said, there's the barcode thing, the text detector. It's pretty cool. But I think it's limited, I think. So you can check it out for yourself. So it gives you a good amount, like even code samples, code snippets of what you can do and stuff. And it will give you like a link, again, web.dev. So it's a pretty good resource. So this is a kind of a cool thing. Oh, and see this post message? We're going to talk about that in the next Cipher or whatever, because that's for my current project. I think I'm going to have to use that. So, but yeah, so this is pretty cool. I'm excited about the shape detection. What else? And then to give you like an overview of service workers in general. So it's a cool thing to kind of like walk through and build and see the different things you can do. Vibrations also, so like when you can make it your phone or whatever vibrate a certain way and stuff. Dual screen support, which is cool because I got the Samsung Galaxy Fold Z Fold 3, whatever. But yeah, and then yeah, a lot of cool stuff. So there's that one. And then also, if you want to see what else the web is capable of, there's a site called whatwebcando.today. So I'm going to copy that and paste that also into the list of links. Make sure I got all of them. Yes. And this one is just shows all the different features that's available on the web, and it's pretty amazing. So let's take a quick look. So like seamless experience. So like we said, offline mode, background sync, inter-app sharing, and that's going from like sharing a link from one place to another app or what have you. Payments, credentials, task scheduling, push messages, local notifications. Like there's so much cool stuff that can be done on the web. Let's see. Oh, so store distribution not testable. I'm not. Oh, because well, I think you can take your web through something with the manifest JSON file, the web manifest app manifest. I think you can get them installed into the Google Play Store. I think so. There's that. Let's see. Oh, so like access to the camera, advanced camera controls, recording. So you can do all that from the web, which is cool. Like I said, the vibrations, online state, a lot of cool stuff that you can do. File access is another big one. Touch gestures, geolocation, but not geofencing yet. So you can see the device motion and the position. So it's pretty cool. You get a lot of stuff here. So you can kind of check out. And if you click one, it gives you more information about that API. So yeah, PWA is pretty awesome. Also, a lot of like frameworks, because I use Cipher with Svelte or whatever, and that one automatically creates like a service worker for you because one of its goals is to load as fast as possible. And so a lot of times those type of frameworks. So I think I've never done it, but probably like Next and Nuxt will probably also do the same thing. And I believe Angular would do that as well because again, it helps things move a lot faster. And so those frameworks want to help things move a lot faster as well. So they will incorporate things. As far as installing and stuff, I'm not sure. Those are, you may have to bring that yourself. But yeah, that's everything I can cram into this short break as far as PWAs. Hopefully you dig it. Also, there's a PWA summit, a virtual conference to help everyone succeed with PWAs, happening on October 6th and 7th. So you can just click at web.dev. Did I included web.dev, right? Yes, I did. So you'll be able to just click that, get a free ticket. But you know what? Let me just actually go and add this also to the set of links, just in case if that's not there anymore. All right, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. So if you ever want to go and check out some of the cool stuff happening within PWAs and stuff, I always suggest, checking out meetups and conferences and where they're talking about it. So yeah, I think that's it for that. Cool. Let me stop sharing my screen. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. So again, thank y'all. I'm going to send you back so you can get back to work. And again, if we don't have any show and tell, like folks coming up, and I totally forgot to enable speech recognition. Oh, I'm a horrible person. But if we don't have anyone, we're going to go over a group who have played on the show before. I don't think they're too active now. Separately, they're pretty active, but together, it's been, I think, a couple of years. But we'll take a look at their website, and that's pretty cool. So let's get into this goodness. I'm going to send you all back on your way. Again, thanks for hanging out. I got to get back to some radio show post-promo stuff. I got to send out these emails and things. So, all right. I think that's it. Cool. Let me get you back. Thank you all once again for hanging out. Share my screen. Definitely want audio for this. Cool. And yeah, we'll be back. Thanks again for hanging out. And cool. See you later. Shout out to Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The chair's called Thank You. All right, y'all be easy. See you.
I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I want to say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like yeah. And everybody says yeah. We spread a love like yeah. I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I want to say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel